Oh, crypto crook Sam Bankman fraud is in the news again, folks. There is allegations from a new book that has been released this week that says that Sam Bankman-Fried was discussing the attempt to bribe Trump with $5 billion not to run in 2024. He was hoping maybe that would possibly slow down or curb his political prosecution. See, if the Democrats win in 2024, Sam Bankman-Fried, being one of their biggest donors, probably has a lot less to worry about. Now, let me go ahead and get into the story for you folks. New York Post has this article as well. Jesse Waters discussed this a little bit. And we're going to go ahead and read from American Entertainment News, which was retweeted from Larry Elders, where I found this actual article. It says, disgraced FTX boss Sam Bankman-Fried, who was out on bond here recently, wanted to bribe Trump for $5 billion not to run. And I can only go with the credibility of the guy that is writing the book and his interview. But as far as eyewitness reports to this actually happening, it may just be sensationalism for his book. So that's all I can actually attest to at this point. But it says, Michael Lewis, author of The Big Short, the biographer, says that former FTX CEO Sam Bankman-Fried wanted to pay former President Trump $5 billion not to pursue re-election. Michael Lewis and the disgraced crypto boss biographer told 60 Minutes about the ploy while promoting the upcoming book, Going Infinite, The Rise and Fall of a New Tycoon. Interviewer John Worthing said that the revelation was one of the most shocking passages in Lewis's novel, which goes on sale today. And now this story's a couple days old, so I'm sure the book is out by now. But like I said, this could be sensationalism. But just the information that this guy assumes to know, pretty shocking stuff. If you don't know a little bit of backstory about Sam Bankman-Fried, he paid a lot of the Republicans in the Senate, a few in the House, and a ton of Democrats with donations in order to get his SEC violations basically dissolved, because there was a lot of suspicious activities going on around his crypto business, and he was able to donate to the Democrat Party and, like I said, some of the Republicans, and seemed to be able to bypass most investigations that would come up due to all the non-fungible income that he was claiming to be able to create with his scam. But let's go ahead and get into this 60 Minutes clip here. 60 Minutes is pretty particular about their copyright issues, but we're going to pray for the best. We're going to hope they let me make it on this one. Let's go ahead and get into it. There's actually a couple of clips here if you just stick around to the end, folks.
One of the most shocking passages in this book, I thought, came with this revelation that Sam had looked into paying Donald Trump not to run.
That only shocks you if you don't know Sam. Sam's thinking we could pay Donald Trump not to run for president. Like, how much would it take?
Did he get an answer?
So he did get an answer. He was floated. There was a number that was kicking around, and the number that was kicking around when I was talking to Sam about this was $5 billion. Sam.
Now, I hope he is not speculating that Trump shot a figure back at him, because I do not believe there's enough money on the planet to stop Trump from running in 2024. I don't believe there's a dollar sign available that would make that happen. For the things that Trump has been through, if money was his main objective in life, he would have never got into politics. Trump is trying to fix our country, and I don't believe there's a dollar sign out there that could make him change his patriotic stance on trying to do the right thing for America. Trump's actually spent a ton of money out of his own pocket, took a lot of financial ruin, and taking on political persecution and even possible not just indictments, but criminal charges behind trying to be our next president. Give all that up with a pile of cash that he already owns. He could do it in a minute, but he doesn't choose to, and that's what tells me that Trump didn't shoot a figure at him. They probably got together and in some kind of Democrat committee and decided that Trump would probably take $5 billion. But to speculate that Trump throwed a figure back at him, I don't believe that at all. There's no credibility in that statement. He didn't say directly that Trump agreed to it, so that's where you get into that hearsay crap where they're trying to maybe point the finger at Trump. This may just be about selling a book, but at the same time, this may be about trying to discredit Trump, and it may be some truth in there, just because Sam Bankman-Fried doesn't understand the resolve of Donald J. Trump, thinking he's actually able to be purchased. What a joke.
Was not sure that number came directly from Trump.
Wait. So Sam's looking into paying Trump not to run, and he actually might not have come from Trump himself, but he actually got a price?
He got one answer, yes. The question Sam had was not just is $5 billion enough to pay Trump not to run, but was it legal?
Well, why didn't this happen? Why didn't you follow through?
Well,
Sam Bankman-Fried didn't care about the legality of paying somebody not to run because he donated way more money than was legally allowed to these Democrats in order for them to look the other way while he continued to do his crypto scam. Facts, folks. I remember when Maxine Waters was blowing him kisses after she had huge donations come to her through Sam Bankman-Fried. He is the next Zuckerbucks, or was trying to be the next Zuckerbucks, another billionaire trying to control the elections through bribes and huge campaign donations in order to sway the direction of not just his business, but the way that he wants the country to move forward with their woke-ass mentality.
Well, they were still having these conversations when FTX blew up. So why it didn't happen? He didn't have $5 billion anymore.
Approached for comment by 60 Minutes, neither former President Trump nor Senator McConnell responded. Last November, in a matter of days, mega billionaire Sam Bankman-Fried lost virtually everything, and he soon faced an onslaught of federal fraud charges. One of the most shocking...
All right, folks, I'm going to read you a little more here about what's going on. He said that the Democratic donor who allegedly stole $100 million in FTX deposits to bankroll liberal candidates prior to the 2022 midterm elections found out that it would take $5 billion for Trump to stop pursuing the White House in 2024. I wonder who they got that figure from, because I don't believe Trump threw a figure at him. I just don't believe it. There was a number that was being kicked around when I was talking to Sam about this. It was $5 billion, Lewis remarked. Sam wasn't sure that the number came directly from Trump. So there you go with their assumptions. Though he questioned if it was enough money to stop the 45th president from attempting to become the 47th president, and would the transaction be legal? This is according to Lewis. Bankman-Fried wasn't able to follow through with the offer because he basically ran out of money. So why didn't it happen? He didn't have the $5 billion anymore. I don't believe that. That sounds like a bunch of left-wing lies to me, but we're going to go through it anyway. As FTX collapsed in November 2022, the Bankman-Fried was accused of stealing billions from investors to cover losses at the cryptocurrency hedge fund. His girlfriend had another company where they were literally filtering the money through a hedge fund. It was called Alameda Research. Another way to launder the money. In reality, it was a pyramid scheme where they were just basically backdooring the money in one business and out the other. Elsewhere in the interview, Lewis said Sam Bankman-Fried paid big bucks to celebrities to endorse FTX for minimal amounts of work. He paid several celebrities to do the dirty work. He named former NFL star Tom Brady, ex-wife, and his ex-wife Gisele Bundchen, Jaguars quarterback Trevor Lawrence, Golden State Warriors star Steph Curry, and actors such as Larry David. He paid Tom Brady $55 million for 20 hours a year for 3 years. He paid Steph Curry $35 million for the same thing for 3 years. He spent $100 million buying the naming rights for the Miami Heat arena. He continued. He spent $25 million for making a Super Bowl ad with Larry David. This guy had lots of money to spend. Wasn't even his own. That's the saddest part of this whole situation. Lewis said that he paid David another $10 million on top of the commercial cops. Wertherman asked if the celebrities did it because they were well paid or they actually found Sam Bankman-Fried interesting. Tom Brady says, I think adored him. Lewis explained, Brady thought he was just a really interesting person, and I think he liked to hear what he had to say. Wow. Says, however, when the news broke about FTX's $32 billion collapse, Sam Bankman-Fried was charged with 7 counts of fraud. FTX's fraudulent scheme was designed to take advantage of the unsophisticated investors from across the country who utilize mobile apps to make their investments, with a complaint filed from Miami readers. As a result, American consumers collectively sustained over $11 billion in damages from Mr. Bankman's transaction. Brady has since gone from sad to angry at his former friend and employer, Mr. Sam Bankman-Fried. As the time has gone by, he has ceased to get a really good explanation about what had happened. Think Brady is just like, he tricked me, I'm angry, I don't want to have anything to do with it anymore. I'm sure there's a lot of disgruntled Sam Bankman-Fried friends out there at this point. Sam Bankman-Fried is looking at a maximum of 110 years in prison and is currently awaiting trial in jail after the judge determined he has likely tampered with witnesses, not once, but twice already. Even tried to tamper with the jury pool at one point while under house arrest at his parents' California home. This spoiled little rich crooked brat needs to go to jail, and he needs to be held accountable for every single dollar that he stole, and that's just my opinion. I got one more little video clip here for you folks, and I'll sign off, and everybody have a great day. Like, subscribe, and share if you haven't already. And here we go with a little more about the story.
FTX is the safest and easiest way to buy and sell crypto.
Bankman-Fried wanted it known that FTX was the go-to player in crypto.
Hey, it's Shaquille O'Neal, and I'm excited to be partnering with FTX.
He turned to the sports world to bring his exchange both legitimacy and edge. Lewis saw the FTX internal marketing documents.
He paid Tom Brady $55 million for 20 hours a year for 3 years. He paid Steph Curry $35 million for same thing for 3 years.
Pretty good hourly wage.
He spent $100 and something million buying the naming rights for the Miami Heat arena.
I don't think so.
He spent $25 million making a Super Bowl ad with Larry David.
It's FTX? Yeah, I don't think so.
For which he then paid Larry David another $10 million. You know, it's breathtaking what's on that list.
Did any of the people surrounding him, these celebrities, do it because they found him interesting, or was it all because he's worth $20-some billion?
It's probably not fair for me to speak for them, but I will speak for them. Tom Brady, I think, adored him. Really? I think Tom Brady thought he was just a really interesting person.
That's all I got for you folks. Like, subscribe, and share. Many people were duped by this crook, and hopefully a lot of these celebrities were not in on the scam other than just being uninformed, overpaid crook, theft promoters. Because in reality, all these people could be held liable as well. The Tom Brady's, the Steph Curry's, the Shaquille O'Neal's, the Larry Davids. If they help sell the product with advertising by being a spokesman for him, they could just as well be held liable if they're proven to know that this was a scheme instead of a money-making venture. Over and out, folks. Everybody have a great day. Hope you enjoy your weekend. Me and the wife are headed to the rodeo. Over and out.